Let's try this rental pickup again. Hopefully it goes better than last week. Beep. Beep. Tonight I'm filming MMA in Jacksonville, which is 2 hours away, but my friend said, let's go to the Springs. Therefore, we went to the Springs. This is just what you do when you're in Florida. I do love this car, and I think I'm putting my house buying endeavor on the shelf for the moment. So the next logical choice is to think of getting a Supra. And that would come with some space limitations, which I actually like. I've been in a Supra before. It was just the same guy who tuned this one. He had a Supra, and all he did was a downpipe and a tune, and it felt like a rocket ship. So it's about the same size car. I think it's a shorter wheelbase, and you lose your back seat, but it becomes a hatch, so you can just be in the front seat and then grab anything that's in the back. I don't know, it might be a crazy thing, but the GR Supra just looks amazing. I would love to have one. My girlfriend was like, yeah, if you think it's a smart decision. Smart would be a tough word to call it.
In fact, you've got all this spare space, though you can use that for storage. Look, kind of like a front boot. Here's a tripod for filming. Fits perfectly in there, and look, the red piping matches. Anyhow,
one beautiful thing about working on the video team is you always get to skip lines. These are two minor actions that I'm extremely proud of. First one is showing up to the event, opening the doctor bag, and pulling a fully rigged camera out and just clicking it onto the tripod. Second is not having to mount the monitor, but just open it. So going with the dual monitor approach again, having my Small HD 502 right here so that when I'm operating I can see, and then sometimes the camera's pointing this way and I can't see the monitor. It's like this. That's when I utilize the OEM monitor, sometimes for touch tracking, but not normally. And it's May 4th, so they're playing Star Wars music. Combat Night is a really fun organization. They told all the crew, dress up, have a Star Wars costume. I literally had a robe or whatever in my bag, and I was just too embarrassed. And then when I arrived, I saw everybody was in costume. So props to them. I can be a cringy YouTube vlogger, but man, a costume, that's above my pain threshold. The night is just like normal. I feel so much better shooting these now because I know I can hand off the footage to our remote editors. You guys don't understand how much of a good feeling that is to know that I'm not going to procrastinate. I tried to one-hand load the tripod just to get a cool clip. It didn't work out. But it's a huge mental shift to know that I'm not going to take this media home and take forever to open up project files or transfer it. Yeah. This sucked. There's actually a couple sucky moments tonight, like this one. The social media guy on iPhone had the best angle. That's just how it works out sometimes. My angle wasn't so great. I was able to follow him, but there was a photographer right in my way. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just how it is. So that'll get chopped up and put up on Instagram, but the social media version is already at 1 million views, so it doesn't matter really what camera it is. Just whoever gets the angle gets the angle. So now I need to drive home, repack, recharge batteries, and yeah, I got that 28 to 135, the 60D softbox, and the handheld mic. Never used them, but this is making it a little risky, just using them straight on a shoot and no testing beforehand. Not ideal. Getting home at 1:15 a.m. and call time is 9 a.m. This is an exciting show about plastics. So I decided to forego the cart since I'm gonna have a minimal load in. I can do everything with 2 hands. We got camera bag, shoulder pad, 60X. I switched out my 60D with the buddies because the lighting in here is always crazy temperatures. Softbox rented, sticks, and then 28 to 135. And now I have 15 minutes to find our company's workroom, and no matter where I park, it's always on the other side of the building. If you've watched the vlog for a long time, you'll remember when I did a 12-day time lapse. I was trying to do stuff like this. Do not touch. And every single morning when I came back, maintenance crew had moved my tripods, my stands. So it didn't work out like I hoped. I hope this guy has better success. This is the workroom, a lot bigger than what I've had to be in before. So you always know you're working with a good company when they have worked with the conference to set aside a room. This is gonna be my station so that I can plug into outlets, charge batteries, and just have everything right here. This week, I'm going to be on headlines, which is basically there is a headline flagship video for each day, a recap, and I'll be working with the host, going to different areas of the conference, saying this is what happened, this is what you can look forward to. Normally, I'm on sticks for conference work, but they said be nimble, so I'm also bringing the shoulder pad. Initial thoughts of the 28 to 135, it's heavy. I love the reach, being able to have that tight end. 28 so far isn't like not wide enough yet. It could be, but I am kind of wanting to switch back to the 24 to 70 already, just because of how much lighter it is. I just got a bunch of stuff on this rig and it's definitely weighing a lot. Also, the stabilization in the lens isn't as good as I thought it would be. I love it when you order a coffee and the staff just responds in Spanish. That's how you know you're in Orlando. So one of the other items that I got was this Sennheiser receiver that connects to a handheld stick mic. So this is what the host will be using when he's delivering his scripted dialogue. So the transmitter is built into that stick mic, which is nice. And there is a Sony version. I just didn't see it for rent on lensrentals.com. So it must be somewhere else, or they just don't have it. That's why I had to stick this Sennheiser unit. Otherwise, I could have used my Sony UWP in combination with it and just kind of stayed inside that whole ecosystem, because I am using all Sony mics, Sony lenses. It's becoming almost like an Apple style ecosystem, not necessarily a wall around using other third-party accessories, but just in the high probability of no problems happening between native accessories. Got it? I'm finally using most of the audio channels on the MXF file. So input 1 is my Nat mic, it's my shotgun. Input 2 is the handheld stick mic that he has right now. Input 3 is the first lav, and input 4 is the second lav. So that way I can keep all the channels the same, and I'm not switching inputs, and the editor can have a consistent audio track layout. The only thing I do need to change is go to switch which channels I'm monitoring. So 3 and 4 I would be listening to nothing right now because we're on the stick mic. So I need to go to channel 1 and 2, and that way I can hear the handheld stick mic on 2. Otherwise it's recording, but I can't monitor it. We need to carry this around, so having this fanny pack that I can just drop it into is extremely helpful. I didn't even buy this. A homie in Atlanta, when I had my ATL meetup, gave it to me. Just straight up gave me this bag. Brandon, appreciate it. It's getting good use. So this is gonna be a walk and talk with 2 lavs. So I switched on both of them, on. We have our 2 characters already laved. And we're gonna switch to shoulder, and I'm gonna follow them go through the store. I don't need it, but I would like to get the Sackler Flowtech system. There's just a couple things on there that would make a big difference. I love just having the carrying handle here. I love the active heads repositioning lever rather than unscrewing this every single time. It's so fast. It's just lift, position, close. But then again, I also am trying to get a down payment on a house, and buying new gear doesn't help.
Off-site to a recycling facility where they're going to be...
This is 100% the rig I should have gone with today. A Sony Alpha and a Ronin, and then my little Sony 2-in-1 transmitter lavalier pack. My FX6 is great. I love it. But it's heavy with all this stuff on it. And I know I complain a lot. It's kind of my thing. And the FX6 is not even a heavy camera. It's not an FX9. But I need to work out or something. But this thing was draining me the whole day. And I regret not bringing a cart. I'm definitely bringing my cart tomorrow, even if we only have to move 10 feet at a time. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a full breakdown of my thoughts on this 28 to 135. I've only been using it a few hours, so take that into consideration. But I'm already impressed and annoyed.